we're back. Welcome to another episode of Successful Marketing, Sales, and Relationships for Adult Small Business Owners and Entrepreneurs, where we help you sell what you make. I am best-selling author Sadon Long, and today is Monday. And man, we're literally leaping through the year. We are already at the end of August. We're about to jump into the last 4 months of the year. You know, this for a smaller business owner, this go time. This the fourth quarter. Throw up your fours because this is your last chance to really save your year. And for most of us, we're about to go into the most competitive season, but the most fruitful season possible. What do I mean? I mean that we're about to get into the holiday season. We're about to get into a time of year where people literally have to buy. There's never a better time of year than right now because people got to buy. They got to buy gifts. They got to buy winter coats. They got to buy tools. They got to buy shovels. They got to buy batteries. They got to buy. They got to buy lotions and lip balms. So this time of year, people are pressed to buy. From October to the end of the year. And then you're like, well, why are you saying October? Because Black Friday usually starts in October with the pre-Black Friday sale. Why? Because everybody is trying to get an edge on the competition. And if you're the little guy, meaning that, entrepreneur, solopreneur, small business owner, you have to figure out a way to compete with the big boys. Or else you're going to end up like KFC. No disrespect to KFC. I'm not down on them. I'm just simply saying that, they're closing stores. Foot Locker, closing stores. Why? Because they're not able to compete at a high enough level to turn a high enough profit to make sense for them to stay open. Meaning they ain't got enough money coming in to make it worth their while to keep these stores open. No different than you or I. If we don't have enough money coming in, yeah, that's right, enough money coming in, so that it is better for us to be open, then we're not going to stay open. Now, before I get started, here's something, that I've been working with clients with, and I want you to take to heart and do yourself. Number one, look at how much money you actually have going out. Number two, look at if that is going to change in any way, shape, or form. If the heating bill is going to go up because the weather has changed. If you're going to have to add additional people. Any small little change that can make that number that you have going out right now go up, add that to it too. So one, figure out what you got going out. Two, figure out if there are going to be any things that are going to change that number and make it go up. Or hell, make it go down. So now you got one, you got two. Now here's the third thing I need you to do. Multiply that number times 3.5. Okay. Whatever that number is, that's what you need to be shooting for as a business owner. Okay. So simple math. Let's just say it's $1,000. Okay. And my business ain't, gonna have to go up any. It's gonna stay $1,000. So I multiply that 1,000 times 3.5. So that means I need to be doing $3,500 a month to cover my bills, have some money to put away, have some money to reinvest and pay taxes with. Okay. So that's the first thing. I need to be doing 3.5 times more business, meaning I need to have 3 times more money coming in, almost 4 times more money coming into my business than I do coming out. Because if something happens, that'll give me reserves. If I do 3 to 4 times as much, then I'll have 2 rents, 3 rents in the back just in case something goes wrong. So if you're at home right now, you're trying to figure out what your sales goals for the month of September are, 3.5 times whatever we got going out. I guarantee you, if KFC, Foot Locker, any of these big boxes that are closing, we're doing 3 to 4 times the amount of money in sales as if they had 3 to 4 times as much profit. Bottom line, at the end, EBITDA, as the homeboy Burton says, they would still be in business because who doesn't want 4 times coming in that they got going out? Okay. So now we talked about how to, make sure that we got our rainy day fund covered. We talked about, how to figure out what our rainy day fund should look like, what our profit margin needs to be, what we need to have coming in. Now let's talk about how to get to it. There are 4 things that are going to move your business forward. 4. And you need to know what those 4 are. Okay. Number 1 is traffic. Traffic, in traditional terms, for most of you watching this, is strangers that you find on the internet. That's what most people associate traffic with. Posting, running ads, trying to talk to people who do not know you and convert them into buyers. Okay, that's what most people think traffic is. Now, here's the problem with social media traffic. Number 1, there's a lot of people competing for that traffic. There's businesses all around the world competing for the same customers you. They're posting their videos, they're posting their ads, they're doing everything possible to try to get the same attention you're trying to get. And because it's so competitive, the platforms limit the amount of reach. Reach meaning how many people you can touch with a particular post, ad, video, live, any of those things. They limit it. And they'll open it up to you for 1 or 2 reasons. Either A, if you pay them to open it up, through a sponsored ad, or B, if what you're doing is really impactful and exciting and the 10 to 15 people they let see it really loved it, then what they'll do is they'll open it up to another 10, 15, 20 people. Now I know you're saying, yeah, that's the one I want, the free one, where they help me. But here's what you need to understand about that. That until you get really good ads that are really helping people, they're not going to open it up to more people because the 10 people that you made it for didn't watch. So you got to get those 10 to 15 people to watch in order for them to open it up. Okay. Now, I'm going to just in about 2 or 3 seconds, so stay focused. Now, I'm going to show you a different way of looking at traffic so that you can then beat the algorithm. You can then get your next 5 sales. And if you get 5 sales, you get 3 referrals and a really good testimonial. Now you can turn 5 sales into 8 sales. And with the testimonial, probably drawing another 5 to 8. And in less than 30 days, have 16 customers. Okay, that's what I'm about to show in a couple seconds. But before we do, what would 16 new customers mean for your business? Just think about it. If you're doing $1,000 and you got 16 more $1,000, what would that do for your business? How would it make things easier for you? How would it make you a better business owner, better parent, better daughter, better spouse? If you could just get 16 more customers and do it without spending that much money to get it done. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about traffic. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to leap through this and try to be as detailed as possible. So stick with me. Okay. So traffic, 3 kinds of traffic. There's warm traffic, lukewarm traffic, and cold traffic. Okay. Warm traffic, those are people who know you. People in your phone, people you're friends with, people you work with, people you go to church with, people you're on boards with, organizations, fraternities, sororities, things like that. Those are people who know you. They say, Cheryl, I know Cheryl. I mean, Cheryl talked the other day. Neighbors. Okay. Typically, network marketing thrives off warm traffic. Okay. Second, lukewarm traffic. Okay. Lukewarm people are people who know you, know of you, but typically don't know you. You don't typically know them either, because if you knew them, it'd be warm traffic. So these are people that are cousins or friends or classmates or people who know the people you know. Daughters of people, People who know people you know. That's lukewarm traffic. Now those two convert a whole lot faster than the third one, which is cold traffic. Cold traffic, people who don't know you. Okay. Now, people you know, you could just ask them. You could call them. You could DM them. You can go by their house. You could catch them at the water cooler. Obviously, that's the fastest way to get a sale. Just literally walk in with your little sheet for, whatever it is that you got going on and hand it to the lady at the front counter and say, hey, you want to buy? Now, the second fastest way is, that lukewarm traffic, because that lady that you asked if she wanted to buy, you could then say, do you know anybody who might be interested as well? And then she could say, hold on, let me call my sister. Now you got 2 sales. And if 2 of the sisters bought, more than likely the third sister going to buy 2. So now you got 3 sales. Okay. And depending on the age of the woman, maybe she got a daughter who, whatever you selling, she might like it too. So now you got 4 sales. See how much easier that is than trying to jump online, post something, and nobody watches it. Now, again, I don't have a lot of time, so that's just a short version. But I'll show you exactly what to say, what to do, how many times to do it to get it done if you want. You just got to go over to growingrich.com and click the Fast Cash button, and you'll get a free 30 with me. And we'll talk about what your revenue is currently, what you would like your revenue to be, what your goals are for the holiday season, and how to get you there. I've done it before. I'm good at it. So let's talk. Matter of fact, can you really afford not to talk to me? Because like I said, it's that time of year, man. If you don't get it right now, when are you going to get it right? But moving on. So we got traffic. Now, as far as I'm concerned, traffic is overrated. Yes, that's right. I just said it. Traffic is overrated. And when I say traffic is overrated, here's why. Most people are popular enough already without any huge program or platform or billboard. Most of that stuff, you don't really need it because you're already popular enough. What you need is to be able to convert that traffic. See, you could have a whole lot of traffic, a whole lot of people know you, a whole lot of people watching you, a whole lot of people doing whatever they're doing, seeing you on your billboard, driving by it every day. But if you cannot convert that traffic into sales, then how do you get the $3,500 that you need to have some money in the bank, plus to pay all your bills, plus to have some for a rainy day, plus to reinvest into the business or take a trip or buy some gifts or do whatever? See, most people, this is where they get hung up at. They want follows. They want likes. They want something tangible with their face on it. Great book cover, great pictures, great promo, branding, quote unquote, as people continue to say. But the thing is if you can't then turn that into a sale, that's just lost money. Okay. You spent money on AI. You got these cool little AI commercials. But how many sales did you get from your AI commercials? You got a billboard. Looks great. People see you, girl. I seen you. I saw you. Okay. But you didn't call me. But you didn't stop by. You didn't buy anything. You didn't even tell anybody to come buy anything. Let me be very clear. All these pats on the back that you get for putting your stuff out will eventually turn into kicks in the butt from bill collectors if you do not convert. So your primary focus as a business owner needs to be putting your focus on conversion. You know, when you sit down with your team at the boutique and you say, okay, we had 50 people come through the door. We should have sold 30 dresses. Why didn't we sell 30 dresses? You know, when you sit down and you look at all the people that liked your post, all the people that had comments, okay, we had 15 comments. Why don't we have 17 sales? Why don't we have 10 appointments? You know, I got 8 people watching a live. Why don't I got 4 people buying? You know, that's where you need to put your focus. Okay. If I got 17 inquiries, why don't I have 14 sales? I had a conversation with a business owner last week. Great human being. Love him dearly. And we were talking about how many leads they got. They got like 60 leads. Okay. But here's the thing about leads that you need to understand. 60 people inquired about your business, and they probably inquired about 3 or 4 other businesses as well that do the same thing as you. So that one person, they was thinking maybe White Castles, they was thinking maybe McDonald's, they was thinking maybe Arby's, they was thinking maybe about the restaurant around the corner, they was thinking about the food truck. So now, which one of those things are they going to choose? And if they don't choose you, how do you make any money? How do you keep your family afloat? How do you pay your bills? You know, when you get a lead, you aren't the only one that just got that lead. 5 other people got it too. You know, whether they clicked a button, whether they processed it in their head, however it went, they were looking at other companies too. They were looking at other people too. So your goal has to be converting. Okay. Now I know for a lot of us, we like, well, I just be the cheapest. Okay, but if you're the cheapest, how do you make any money? You know, one of the first things I do when I sit down with clients is I look at what their profit margin is. And if they're the cheapest already, it's going to be very hard for them to get any attention because they can't run any sales. They can't run any specials. They can't create any sense of urgency. It's $1. It's going to be $1 tomorrow. It's going to be $1 next week. Ain't no reason for me to be excited about buying it today, which is going to keep me from converting. But if it's $3.99 and I attract the best customers for me, who I can help the most and are most helpful to me, then I can offer them a deal. I'm like, yeah, normally it's $4.99, but right now, for you, if you buy it today, $3.99. Okay. I can use scarcity. Yeah, I only got 17 of them for $4.99. The rest of them cost $8.99. You see that every time we get to Black Friday. You got these TVs that are on sale that drive people into the store, i.e. traffic. Then when you get there, they don't have them. So now it's like, okay, but I got this one, I got that one, because I got you in the store. And you're probably not going to leave without buying something because your intention was to come buy something. You know, which is leading me into the next one. But I'm going to wrap this up with as a business owner, your number one goal needs to be how to convert leads, followers, likes, inquiries, people walking into the store, people calling you on the phone into a sale. That's what your number one need. It's what your number one focus needs to be. Because realistically, you know enough people know you, enough people that know you know enough people for you to have a sustainable business. So you don't have to go chasing more traffic. You just have to get better at converting the traffic you have. So again, if you want to talk about how to get the most out of the people you already know, go to growandrich.com. You know, this is way cheaper, way faster, and if you need the money like in the next couple weeks, this will get the job done. So go to growandrich.com, Click the fast cash button, get a free 30 with me, and we'll literally talk about what your revenue is, what your revenue goals are, and what we can do to get you there. Because again, we help you sell what you make so that you can make a great living and have a great life. Bottom line. So now back to the program. So here we are. We talked about traffic, we talked about conversion, but the next one is pricing. Okay. Now, I alluded to it earlier saying that you don't want to be the cheapest because that does not give you any room to run sales, run specials. And not only do you not want to be the cheapest because of that, is you don't want to be the person with all the cheap clients. Because when you have the clients who are only shopping for deals, you and I both know they are a pain in the butt. Why? Because they can't really afford it in the first place. You know, you see people get Groupons all the time for steakhouses and yacht rentals and all these different things. And then they get on board and they pick it apart. Well, I thought it was going to be better than this, or I thought it was going to look like this, or I thought it was going to taste like that. Because this is not something that they're used to, so they don't even know how to appreciate it. You know, people who never go to steakhouses, they don't know how to order steaks. So when they come out and they're cooked correctly, not all the way done, medium rare, rare, depending on how you like it. People who don't normally go there, this ain't done. They send it back. You know, again, that's why you have to be able to price it at a price that says to people who could really help you grow your business and you could really help with whatever it is that you do, that, hey, this is for you. You know, this is not for the riffraff. This is not for the folks that's going to be fighting on the boat. This is for you. Because people who have experienced it before and people who deal with it on a regular enough basis to understand it, they know how to value it. They know how to say, "Oh, this is a good deal." Your grandma, she know, "Oh, this is a good deal. That thing normally $8.99. It's on sale for $5.99. I need to get 3 of them." So that's why you have to know which customer is most beneficial to you. Because those customers who are only buying because it's a Groupon, only buying because it's the cheapest one, they're not your customers. They can't move you forward. And the other reason they cannot move you forward is because their referrals are going to be people who need a deal too. Early on, give an example. Early on, I would really do a great job with a client. They make money. It'd be easy. It'd be fast. They'd be on easy street and be extremely happy. Like, wow, you know, you got a return for me faster than I could ever do it. Wow, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. And I didn't even have to really do anything different than I was already doing because you did the majority of the work. And you know what they do? They go tell their friends. And then their friends would come and they want to do business with me. But because my prices were so low, I was getting people who didn't have a whole lot of money. And at that time, I didn't have programs for people who didn't have a whole lot of money. I only had my my services on a one-on-one basis. See, now I have programs that if you come to me, hell, I'll give you the whole blueprint, and all you got to do is put it in play, and you get to do it yourself. And it works almost as good as me doing it because I actually did do it. I'm just not the one actually customizing it for you. I'm just telling you where to fill in the blank. But the point that I'm making is when you get people who don't pay regular price, they get people to come because it's cheap, not because it's you, not because you do a great job. So now you just got a line of people who all want a deal. You know, had a guy made him 20K in a month. So somebody comes and they're like, okay, well, How much is it? I tell them what it is. And they're like, I can't get no deal. And then I sit there and say, okay, so you want me to put you in a position to do $20,000 in the next month for $500? So you want to invest 500 to get 20,000, and I'm going to do the majority of the work, but you're going to keep the majority of the money. Crickets. Exactly. But when I had a client that I did way better than 20K in a month for, they was doing 15, 20K in a week. But when I did that, and a lot of it was about conversions, by the way. We helped them start closing more customers, and the money just shot through the roof. But anyway, but when they referred people, they were like, hey, don't come to my man with less than 3-4 grand. That was back when it was only 3 or 4 grand, by the way. You know, but they walked out the door going, hey, don't even call him if you ain't got 3-4 grand. Don't call him if you ain't got no bread. Because they wanted to keep their reputation. They didn't want to send me somebody who was gonna be, hey man, I need to play. And here's the cool thing. Those people came to me and they didn't want to ask for a play because they didn't want to then have the person that referred them to me call them saying, so you over there trying to you trying to take advantage of my man? You trying to take advantage of the plug? So you gonna go behind my back and tell the dude that you only want to pay him so and so, so and so? See, embarrassment, let me be very clear. The fear of embarrassment, the fear of being shamed, the fear of being scrutinized will keep a lot of people on the straight and narrow. So when you get a referral, that person that referred them is usually held in high esteem by the person they referred. So the last thing they want to do is disappoint the person that referred them. And the person that refers you, if it's a good person, they're going to already set the price for you, so there won't be any haggling. Get your referrals from good people. But if you are only trying to be the cheapest in your industry, you can't get good referrals. If you can't get good referrals, you can't grow your business because you'll never do the type of revenue you need to do to get on the radar of retail banks, retail lenders, private lenders, because you won't be doing enough volume. See, if you get to consistently doing 3 to 4 times as much as you got going out, now a private investor who has money that they're not doing anything with will look at you and say, okay, man, they're doing 4 times as much as they got going out. They can afford to pay me this money back. So now I can rent them 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 because I know that they're doing 4 times more than what they got going out. So that's enough money for them to pay me, still have some money for themselves, and I don't have to do nothing but loan them my money. Let them use my money. So now let's just say simple math. Let's just say it's 100,000, 8% return. That's $8,000. So I got $8,000 for letting you use my 100,000. But I wouldn't let somebody use my 100,000 if I couldn't almost 100% guarantee I was going to get my 100,000 back, plus my 8%. So pricing is important. Same thing when it comes to grants. If you're doing 4 times as much and your business is running smoothly, the grant dollars are available. Because they give money to people who got money. Why? Because of social proof. If you could prove your idea works, then they'll give you expansion capital. They'll give you money to make it bigger, better, take over more territory. Because even with the grant writer wants to know that you're going to be successful. Because when they go back the following year, they need to go back and say, hey, we helped 15 people. Of the 15 people we helped, 12 of them did this. They did 4 times as much with the money. They opened 2 locations. They hired 14 other people. They want to have a success story. You know, but if your prices are low, you can't get anybody that's gonna make you successful. And then the other thing, if you do, it's gonna take a whole lot of them. You know, and in today's society, where you're gonna get 200, 300 people all coming through your door every day spending $2. It's a lot easier to get 50 people to spend $25 because all you got to do is find 50 people with $25. Build it for people who got the $25. The problem is we try to sell people a $25 item who only have $2. So build it for the person who could be the most beneficial to you and you can be the most beneficial to. Or create two different things, one for the people with $25, one for the people with two. You know, same thing with me. We do coaching, we do consulting at a much lower price than we actually do customized content, customized planning strategies, websites, funnels. Totally different. You know, it's division of labor. The more labor I do, the more you got to pay. That's simple. But anyway, the last thing on the four things that make a business grow and that you need to know, because we're going into the fourth quarter, and if you get these things right, man, it puts you on a much better path to being a seven-figure business owner. And how do I know? Because I've done it multiple times for clients. Anyway, here we go. The last thing is called churn. Okay, churn is simply making the customers you have more valuable. How do you make them more valuable? You keep them. You know, Pepsi drinkers drink Pepsi. They're going to drink Pepsi today. They're going to drink Pepsi tomorrow. They're going to drink Pepsi next week. They're going to drink Pepsi next year. So you know what? You don't have to re-recruit a Pepsi drinker because they re-recruit themselves. Like, oh, I'm out of Pepsi. I got to go get some more. People who wear Nike typically always wear Nike. So what do? You just keep making Nikes and they'll keep buying them. People who wear Polo, been wearing Polo for 30 years. Now imagine if you could get 18 new customers, you know, 5, 3 referrals, a great testimonial that then helps you attract 4 to 5 more customers just like the customers you had, and then get a couple more referrals from those people. And then you kept them all. So next month you had 16 customers from this month all giving you money again. All bringing friends to the bar, all bringing friends to have lunch, all wanting to have birthday parties, all wanting to have cakes delivered to their house, all needing gifts for Christmas, all trying to book you to cater their events. Imagine what that could do for your business. Okay. Coolest thing ever. Had a client. And my client had a program that wasn't working. And we had a program that was working. And I said, well, why don't we just sell the people who bought the first program this one? And literally 60 days, we went from a program that had 8 people in it to a program that had 120 people in it. None of them were new customers. They were the same customers that bought the other program. Why? Because when people give you money once and it works out, they don't go anywhere else. That's simple. If you go somewhere and the food is good, you go back. So if you get a customer, you keep that customer. You know, it's like if you go to Bling City. You know, you go, the Polish is great. Why would you then go to Portillo's? It makes no sense. You know Nicole's Polishes are great. You get a ice cold water or a soda and some chips with it. You're going to keep going there. And if you go there 2, 3 times a week and then you look up and you bring a couple friends with you, imagine what that does for her business. Which is one of the reasons she works so hard, to make sure that her customers keep coming back. It's the comeback where your real money is made. Because most people never come back by themselves. And if it's real good, they're going to tell somebody about it. Now, that's a customer talking about you in a positive way to people who don't even know you while you sleep or while you working or while you with your family. So now somebody is selling for you and you don't even know it. And then your phone rings, or then that person pulls up, or then that person stops by and they buy. And you didn't have to do anything to get it. And the longer a customer stays with you, the more chances you get for them to sell you to somebody else. Not to mention the sales that you keep getting from them. You know, it's like if somebody has a daycare. Now, if you got 5 babies and you put the first baby in there and it goes well, what you gonna do with the next 4 babies? You gonna put them 4 babies in there too. Shout out to Miss Player. Anybody watching this who know me, know Deacon Player and his wife, you know what I'm talking about. You know, so if you get all of those people to keep putting their kids in your daycare and it keeps turning out well, then other people gonna be like, well, girl, I need daycare. Got the perfect one for you. All my kids go there. Now you got a sale. Now what if they get 2 or 3 kids? Now I'm saying all this because I want you to understand that none of this has anything to do with social media. You know, I'm doing the social media. Why? One, because it gives me an opportunity to practice. Two, because even though I'm working with people on a referral basis and I'm reaching out to people with emails and DMs and text messages and phone calls and going to meetings and doing all that other stuff, I'm still cool with people who don't know me knowing me. But I'm not relying on it. If 5 people watch this and 2 of them call me, great. That's 2 more people that call me. But you know what? Before I did this, I was already plotting on who I needed to follow up with, who I needed to call, who I needed to DM, who I needed to press for a referral, so that I didn't have to rely on this. Because if this ever shuts down, so what? I'm still going to get customers. I'm still going to be able to make money, and so are my clients. Because we have alternative ways of getting traffic. Some of it is just old school guerrilla marketing. Yes, does it require a little bit more work? Yeah, but it work a whole lot better. It work a whole lot faster. So I work hard, but the fruit is so much sweeter. And that's simple. That easy. Shout out to Mama Harris. Shout out to Consuela. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please make sure you share it with somebody because there are plenty of people who maybe don't know how to break it down in this way and how to use it to build the businesses that they want. Because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, there's nothing more embarrassing than having to go back to work after having been an entrepreneur. Because you got that gap in your employment, plus you got that uneasy feeling in your stomach because you're like, man, now I got to go back to punching the clock. Now I got to go back to people, looking over my shoulder, micromanaging me. And if you've been blessed enough to have a gift from God that you can then use to feed yourself, I want to give you every freaking tool I possibly can to help you. Okay? Now, in this particular situation, it worked. What I told you, what I've been talking about, it worked. You just got to put the work in to get it done. Now, if you need more help, go to growingrich.com. There's ways to sit down with me for free. There's ways to sit down with me and have me actually start to do some of the work for you and customize it so that you're saying exactly the right thing, doing exactly the right thing that you need to do to start getting these people through the door. Whether it's to convert the traffic, whether it's to get you more traffic, whether it's to raise your price, because we have a double your price strategy that works. And this is the perfect time to implement it because we're going into the end of the year. Usually my double the price strategy starts right about September and we work it all the way through the end of the year. And it's a way to get people to buy sooner than later. Because if it's the same price all the time, there's no urgency. So you got to be able to raise your price so you could then do things to make it more beneficial for your client, more beneficial for your customer. You go to McDonald's. Why you think they got a value menu? You know, why do you think they got the combo meal? All they did was raise the price, package it, and then offer you a discount. You know, why do you think they got friends and family? You can't have friends and family if it's already as cheap as it could possibly be. You never see a sale at the dollar store. There's $1.25 all the time. So now, what's the urgency to get over there today? But if something that was normally $57.87 is now on sale for $39.99, and we only got 12 of them, and if you don't get here by 5 o'clock, they're all gonna be gone. Guess what? I'm gonna get that money today. And what do you want? Do you want today money? Do you want today's sales? Or do you want, when I get around to it, we're going to look at some other people, we'll call you back sales? Because they may never call you back. If you're a landscaper and you don't get the sale today, they're going to call somebody else tomorrow. And when they call somebody else tomorrow, now they got somebody. And unless that person does a horrible job, they're going to stick with that person for the next 2-3 summers. They're going to call that person when they need snow removal. They're going to call that person when they need their gutters cleaned. They're going to call that person when they need flowers planted. They're going to call that person to get referrals for other stuff because they know them, because they have a relationship with them. They're not going to go to social media. Why? They got a guy. Hey, man, you know anybody selling tires? Ain't got nothing to do with landscaping, but they figure you might know somebody because you're a blue-collar worker, and that's a blue-collar question. Just being honest. So if you don't get the sale today, they're going to go with somebody else, and you may never get that sale. So as a small little extra little something here, small little extra something. Speed to lead. Speed to lead. Okay. They inquired with you. They inquired with 15 other people. They just want the first one to call them back and can help them with their problem so they can be done with it. So if somebody inquires today, don't get with them at the end of the week. At least hit them up, say, hey, saw that you reached out. Let's set up a time. Hey, just calling because I saw that you liked my post. Hey, just jumping in because I saw that you left a comment. While they're doing it. Because once they're no longer frustrated, annoyed, in their buying window, whatever way you want to look at it, it's over. They've already either decided they don't want to do nothing about it, they'll wait till the next time, they already got somebody else, and now you're costing yourself money and you're putting yourself in a position where you can't do that 3 to 4 times more than you got going out. Now, for my people at home who think, man, 3 to 4 times more than I got going out, coming in sounds impossible. And yeah, it might be today. But if you figure out over the next 10 months how to get there, it's not impossible. You could say, hey, man, I need to get 3 to 4 more customers a week. Okay, so now you put together a plan with somebody like me who helps you get 3 to 4 more customers a week. That's what I did when clients started doing 7 figures. We just got better at what we were doing. Okay, we got 18 people in the room. We only closing 3. Okay, how do we get from 3 to 9? Okay, so we worked on getting from 3 to 9. Then with the 9 people that didn't buy, we just circled back around to them and offered them something that made them want to buy. Whether it was a sale, whether it was a discount, whether it was a bonus. So now, instead of having 3, we got 12 to 14. Okay. And then we offered that 12 to 14 something else the next month. And then the next month. And then the next month. So now we got those 14 people buying. And every time we get 18 new people, we getting 14 of them instead of 3. So that's how we get on the path to doing millions of dollars. And we're aggressive with the testimonials. We're aggressive with the referral packages. Hey, Sometimes you might have to offer somebody $50 if they bring you somebody else. Why do you think Cash App does it? Hey, if you give us this person, we'll give you $5. You know, Instacart. If you give us a person, we'll give you $10. Hell, and most of the time they're giving you a credit. They're not even giving you cold hard cash. So again, you can see it happening all around you because it works, but you have to work it in your own business. And testimonials, it's cool when somebody say, that's my girl, that's my home girl, shout out to my home girl. But it's a whole lot better when somebody says, hey, I was struggling to get the sales I needed for my business. I called Saddam. He helped us figure out how to get more customers. He helped us figure out how to raise our price. He helped us figure out how to keep our customers longer. And then ultimately what happened after that is our money started going through the roof. And 8 months later, it's still going up. Now, see, that's a type of testimonial that somebody who at home wants to hear. They want to hear, okay, you got the same problem I got. Okay, he was able to help you with your problem. Cool, he was able to help you with your problem, and the solution that he gave you is still working. 6 months later, 8 months later, a year later. I got people who are full-time entrepreneurs that I worked with 6 years ago, and they still getting money. So, what do you want to be? You want to be the person who chooses the person that doesn't help anybody make any money, that doesn't make their life any easier, that doesn't give them any kind of relief to whatever pain they're feeling? Or you want to be the one who does? And if you are, then you just get those people to tell other people. Thank you, Consuela. Consuela said, I love your information. Appreciate it. But that's what you got to do. Because that's how you get to 3-4 times what you need coming in. But if you don't know that you need 3-4 more times what's coming in, then you can't build a plan to it. Real simple. Now I got to go. If you know the recipe takes 2 sticks of butter and you don't have no butter at the house, what do? You go buy 2 sticks of butter. You go next door. You borrow 2 sticks of butter. You call your homegirl and say, hey, bring me 2 sticks of butter. But because you know you need 2 sticks, now you can make a request not only of your friends, but of God. God, I need you to help me get 10 more customers this month. Because you know you need 10. Now, if it was a man, you'd be like, I need him 6'3", dark skin, making 6 figures, with beautiful, pretty white teeth. Same thing applies to your business. Know what you need so that you can put together a strategy that gets you what you need. If I had a dime for every person I've sat down with who's a business owner who cannot tell me their sales, I'd be a millionaire on dimes. So if you really want to be elite, if you really want to do this full time, if you really want to see this be the way that you build up a retirement fund, way that you pay for your trips, way that you put your kids through college, way that you prepare a way for your grandkids, because a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, then you got to know what to focus on. And you focus on these 4 things. I get people through the door. I turn the people I got through the door into customers at a price that allows them to be happy and me to have some money in my pocket to do other things with, like hire employees that are good, not, just any old body, but people who are good, because good people need a good wage. And then I keep them. I keep them coming back to the barbershop for the next 30 years, which means that I'm taking customers away from my competition and I'm adding money to my bottom line. I don't need you to go over there. I need you to stay over here. So now that I know I need you to stay over here, I figure out ways to keep you over here. I got a special for you. I got new stuff for you. I got a nice seat for you. I got a clean space for you. Whatever it is. But I'm going to keep you over here because that keeps your money over here. Now, why do you think insurance companies give you a bonus for every year you stay with them? Just calling it out so you can see it and implement it in your business. But if you need this thing customized, if you need to know exactly what to say, what to do, how many times to do it, so that you get the result that you want, which is that 3.5 plus, go to growingrich.com. Again, we help you sell what you make. And the likelihood of it happening is higher than not because I've helped regular people, people with felonies, people with no college degrees, become millionaires. So if you're willing to work hard, I'm willing to work with you. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you to be a millionaire, but I am guaranteeing you're going to be way better off than you were before. And it's not going to take as much time or effort as it's currently taking because guess what? You doing it on your own. You still competing against people who got teams and you got people like me. And I guarantee that it won't take away from the other stuff that you do. Matter of fact, it'll make it even easier for you to do the other things that you want to do. Spend time with your family, work on the part of the business that you really love, which is the deliverable. So whether it's flowers, whether it's dealing with the um, customers, whether it's just sitting in the back minding your business, I can make it easier for you to do that. Because right now, you're probably somewhere trying to figure out what do I need to say on this live? What do I need to say on this post? You know, and if you don't know what to say, then another day went past that you didn't say it. Oh, and don't forget, man, check out Crafty Consuela, Fedora Decor. We're moving into Labor Day and you really want to honor the people around you. Um, veterans, mothers that have passed away, fathers that have passed away. She does really great work. Just go over to Crafty Consuela. And Consuela's right. Yeah, man, y'all have a fabulous day. Also, shout out to Mama Harris. My mother-in-law, not mother-in-law. But if I had one, I wanted to be her. And if you are out and about, make sure you follow Nicole Harris and jump around with her too because Bling City is absolutely awesome. Got that good old school Vienna beef hot dog, beef Polish, chili cheese. We got walking nachos. We got everything you need, to feed your inner fat person on a good Monday. As always, man, it's your business, Big Bro Sadon Long, aka the most dangerous man in marketing, aka Mr. Better Than Your 401k, telling you to have a fabulous day. I love you, and I'm out.